Hi, it's Andre.mik here, and today I'm gonna teach you how to sing on pitch. Let's go! Let's begin with a simple one-note exercise. I call it one-note warm-up. The main goal is to begin the note with correct pitch, not to change the pitch in the middle and in the end of the note. First, we're gonna listen carefully to the note. We need to hear it inside our head. We need to feel it with our body. If you don't feel it, try to sing it with humming first. And you can play the note a lot of times just to hear the pitch. Maybe you start like or you need to find it. Or if you start low, when you feel that your voice is together with piano or with guitar or any other instrument you use, then it means you are correct. Only after that we can sing the note with the vowel. I recommend oo vowel, not ah, because it's too opened. Ooh. Play the note several times while singing, just to make sure that you are not changing the pitch, because sometimes what can happen? Ooh. Now it's too high, or ooh, now it's too low. And when you are playing, ooh, you are like always controlling that it's correct pitch. So, listen carefully. Like this you can go higher, lower, and you need to practice a lot of notes like this. When you arrive a little bit higher, maybe you will struggle to sing this note. Maybe you will do something like this. Like you can't arrive to the note. Then what you can do this exercise which I call police siren exercise. I want you to imitate police siren. How it sounds. It starts low pitch, then it goes higher and louder. So you can start with humming. The secret is not to begin it immediately high or immediately loud, because this will close your throat, and we don't want this. When you find this with humming, start to do it with open vowel. In our case, it's oo vowel. Ooh. Don't forget not to do ooh immediately. This will close. Start low and soft. Ooh. You need to feel your lower belly pull in when you do it. If you don't feel it, it means you are doing not enough. Or maybe you are pushing too much. When you did several times this, I'm quite sure you will reach the note. Ooh. 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 That's it. If you have troubles in the beginning of the note, I mean the first millisecond, if it's too low or too high, you can solve this problem with this simple trick. Listen carefully to the note and sing it several times on staccato, like very short. Why did we do this? Just to have this feeling of the beginning of the note. And then you need to keep this feeling and to sing the note long. Then you don't have chance to do because you are already in a high position and you are in a high pitch. This is a very good and cool trick. Use it. When you start to feel more confident to sing one note and you are not changing its pitch, you can move to the next part and to sing several notes together. I recommend to go from one note to 2 notes, 3 notes, 4, 5, and etc. Today we will do just 1 and 2. So now we're gonna sing two notes. To sing two notes on pitch, first of all, of course, you use your knowledge from the previous exercises to begin the note correctly. First, you listen carefully. And then, when you need to sing the second note, I want you not to stop the breath, not to stop the airflow. Because let's say when you play piano, you can hear exactly the moment when the first note ends and the second begins. But in singing, this is not correct. The first note never ends. It should enter in the second, like I did it very slowly, just that you can hear that there is no moment when the first note finishes and the second starts. We just slightly entering the second note. You need to practice it first very slowly, just to hear that you are not changing, because this is incorrect and you start to push with your throat. Instead, do it very slowly. You do the same thing if you sing 3 or 4 notes. Let's say and not I immediately hear that it's uncomfortable here. If you sing a song, you should use all same technique when you sing words with consonants and vowels. But here we have consonants, so I don't want you to sing consonants. You need to pronounce them very quickly and very shortly, as quick and soft as you can. Like, we don't pronounce d, but d. We don't pronounce t, but t. So very softly, because if you pronounce it too much, you will stop the breath and you will close your voice in the throat. To my opinion, if you sing a song, you have to know the melody note by note. You have to be precise, because otherwise it sounds amateur. And in the lessons, when I teach my students to sing, I always play the melody that they hear every single note, and we work really precisely on it. We sing it a lot of times a cappella, without music. Here you need to do the same. First you need to hear the first note. There's a calm surrender to the rush of day, when the heat of a rolling wind can be turned away. To sing the melody precisely, you need to know every single note. So, I recommend you to sing the melody very slowly and to sing every note very long. There's a calm surrender. This way. When you know exactly the pitch of every note, you can start to unite them, but without interrupting the airflow. There's a calm surrender. When you sing every note long, you are not interrupting the breath, and you have to pronounce consonants short and quickly. There's a calm. I don't do there's a k. I'm stopping. There's a k. There's a ka. Ka 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 ka. Listen to how I pronounce k. Ka 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 ka, and not k k k k k ka ka. This way you will close your voice. There's a calm surrender, not d. And I recommend to sing melody a lot of times, just a cappella, like this, very slowly, to hear that every single note is correct. And only then you can move and to sing your song, your phrases with passion and with your heart. If you struggle to sing some high notes, or let's say you just can't arrive in the pitch, you are too low, again, do siren exercise. Wind, when the heat of a rolling wind can be turned away. It helps. Immediately you will hear the difference, that it will be easier to sing. Another great exercise is just to pronounce the words of the song without singing, but without interrupting the breath. Like, there's a calm surrender. And then you sing, there's a calm surrender. After you can move to pronouncing it the same way without stopping the resonance of your voice, but with rhythm. There's a calm surrender to the rush of day, when the heat of a rolling wind can be turned away. It will help you not to stop the breath on consonants and not to stop the airflow. While doing all these exercises, you are working on technique and you are not thinking about interpretation or about emotions or feelings, because you are working on your pitch. But later, if you repeat it a lot of times, you did a lot of days of these exercises, then you can move to the artistic part, and you have to do it, because if you train only technique, there's no joy of singing. So, and then you can do, there's a calm surrender to the rush of day. If you still struggle to sing any notes on pitch, it means that you need to do more of the exercises which I told you before. And then you have to reach the pitch automatically. Like, if you don't reach it automatically, you cannot relax your brain and you cannot put feeling and emotion, and you will not have joy of singing. So, if this video was helpful, give it a like and subscribe. I'm Andre.mik. Thank you for watching. Bye.